In recent years, several countries and private companies have been racing to establish a presence on the Moon. China's Chang'e 5 mission successfully collected samples from the Moon and returned them to Earth in 2020, and the United States Artemis program plans to send humans back to the Moon by 2024. Meanwhile, private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are also developing their own lunar missions. So, who will win the Moon and space race? It's difficult to say for sure, as each country and company has its own unique strengths and challenges. China has a strong focus on lunar exploration and has already made significant progress in this area. The country has sent several missions to the Moon, including the Chang'e 5 mission that collected samples from the surface and returned them to Earth. China also has plans for a lunar research station and has already landed a rover on the far side of the Moon, a first in human history. The United States, on the other hand, has a history of successful Moon missions, including the iconic Apollo missions that landed humans on the Moon for the first time. The Artemis program aims to build on this legacy by sending humans back to the Moon and establishing a sustainable presence there. NASA plans to land the first woman and the next man on the Moon in 2024 and has already conducted successful tests of the Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft. Private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin also have their sights set on the Moon. SpaceX has announced plans for a lunar tourism mission that would take civilians around the Moon and back, while Blue Origin is developing a lunar lander called Blue Moon. Both companies have the advantage of flexibility and innovation, as well as access to large amounts of funding. It's difficult to predict who will win the Moon and space race, as each country and company has its own unique strengths and challenges. China has made some impressive progress, but the United States has a lot of experience with Moon missions. And the private companies have a lot of flexibility and innovation. It's really hard to say who will come out on top. So, how will they win? The key to winning the Moon and space race will be a combination of technological innovation, strategic partnerships, and long-term planning. The first country or company to establish a sustainable presence on the Moon, with lunar bases and infrastructure, will have a significant advantage. This will require significant investments in research and development, as well as collaboration with other countries and companies. One important factor that will determine the winner of the Moon and space race is the level of international cooperation. In the past, space exploration was often driven by nationalistic goals, with countries competing against each other to demonstrate their technological superiority. However, in recent years, there has been a growing trend towards international cooperation in space exploration, with countries and companies sharing resources and expertise to achieve common goals. Another important factor will be the level of public support and funding. Space exploration is a costly endeavor, and the country or company with the most funding and public support will have a significant advantage. Governments and private companies will need to make a strong case to the public for the importance of space exploration and the benefits it can bring, including scientific discoveries, technological advancements, and economic benefits. In the end, the new Moon race is not just about competition, but about advancing science and exploration for the benefit of all humankind. Only time will tell who will win, but we can be sure that the Moon will continue to inspire us for generations to